Hello again world, Justin Tucker. We are going to continue with the Drupal 7 convention and membership tutorial. Kind of where we left off was the creation of the meal product display and shirt product display forms, and we added fields to those which kind of connect the functionality of causing it to show up here and also giving us the fields to engage with to actually make those products. So the first one we're going to do here is the shirt, because the shirt is going to be a product that has different variations to it because we have different sizes, different colors, and different types. So we're going to fill a few of those variations out so we can see how that works, and then we'll fill out a meal product display and add a meal option or two to this event and kind of see how that works. I might have to add some more fields to the meal product display or to the product type, but we'll see when we get there. So what I'm doing here is I'm on the convention that I want to work with, the 2018 perfectly optimized annual conference, our fictitious thing. I've added some content already, which for now is just aggregating as all content and separating by the type it is that I filled out. So in this case, we were wanting to offer some t-shirts for sale. So we'll call this the 2018 perfectly optimized annual t-shirt. And once again, because I clicked it from the registration event page, it understands which event we're talking about. And I'm going to add new shirt. Now this is where these three drop downs, okay, right here, these are actually, if you recall, taxonomy terms of shirt color, shirt size, shirt type, and we added fields that reference these lists in our product types of shirts, manage fields. We put these three in here, and the reason they show to us is because we checked this box. If that box is not checked, it will not show it to you here. And if it doesn't show it to you here, you can't use it as an attribute. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to pretend that we've just got two sizes, large and extra large, and that we just have two colors, and I don't know, maybe we can go into the types. I just don't want to do that many variations. So if we have a large blue t-shirt, and I'm going to go ahead and give it the year or some identifier because next year the shirt's probably going to be different. Alright, and let's say that's $25. Okay, so there's one shirt. I also have a large red t-shirt. Sorry, you have to watch me painfully type all of this out. And we'll call that $25 as well. I'm going to say an extra large blue t-shirt. And we're going to say that the extra large is $30. And you can see, again, I think the math works out that this many times this many times this many is, well, actually I added more than two, so it's going to be more than 84 variations. It's going to be way more than that. So if we were going to have a different size per color per type, this is going to be a very long list of variations. And as I discussed in another video, this is absolutely necessary if there is a price difference on some or most of them. So there's really no way around that because, again, if there's a price difference and or picture difference, then it really is a different product, meaning these are actually all the different variations that you would theoretically have somewhere on a shelf if you had all of these sizes and all of these colors and all of these types. So let's see, which one do we need? We have extra large blue and we're going to do extra large red. We're also going to call it $30, say that there's, an upcharge for being extra large. And that's probably good. So what this should do is this page that is produced, I should get 2 drop downs. One for shirt size, one for shirt color. Because they're all of type t-shirt, I shouldn't get a selector for that. If I added one in here that was of type tank top, then I should. So let's go ahead and save this. Well, and this, of course, is where you can give a description. And if I added that, it should aggregate down here. Here we go, shirt product display, and here's my 2018 PO annual t-shirt. And you'll notice that, oh, actually it does give me shirt type because I selected it. That's why, even though there's one value. Okay, so here's what I get. Again, we haven't laid out anything or made design considerations, but all the function is here. So if I choose, shirt size, I have large or extra large. Under shirt color, I have blue or red. So if I choose extra large, this price should change to 30, and it does. Whether I choose red or blue doesn't have any price variation, but large and extra large does. Now, let me go ahead and get rid of t-shirt. The reason t-shirt shows is because I filled it out. That needs to be none if they're all going to be t-shirts. Now, if it were the case that this is a, let's just do that. Let's call the 2 red shirts. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just do it. Let's make one a hoodie. Let's make one a golf or polo shirt. This is not realistic, of course, but it should illustrate the example. So here's some variations. Again, this is not at all encompassing of all the variations. This is just to demonstrate that we've got a couple different shirt types, different shirt sizes, different shirt colors. And the point here is it's going to manifest those as drop downs back to the user. Let me make another one a hoodie. Oh, that was my confusion. So I'm looking here wondering, okay, why isn't hoodie there? Well, okay, it's because I don't have a large version of a hoodie. If I choose extra large, then it automatically populates these drop downs for me into the options that I have that relate to hoodie. So if I go back and look at that, whoops. Yeah. So if I choose blue, I don't have a blue hoodie in large, but I do have a blue hoodie option. I'm sorry, I do have a hoodie option that's large in red, but I don't have a t-shirt or any other option. So these values kind of all understand what all these values are. And so what we're talking about here is product variations. So I'm going to go ahead and simplify this up so that for a second there I thought something was wrong, but that's actually all working correctly. So I'm just going to change all of these back to, well, actually I'm just going to take t-shirt out because, again, if there's not different types of shirts, then it's not necessary to declare it through a field in the system. You can just declare it in the body, for example, our t-shirts are awesome. But when we remove these, this should remove one of the drop-down boxes presented to the user and just make it clean color and size. And here we are, shirt size, shirt color. Extra large should be 30, and it works. So that is how we add t-shirts. And again, you're going to need to add in all the variations that mathematically exist between the different sizes and colors and other attributes that go with that t-shirt. But once all of these are filled out, we then of course have the mechanism. Let me make this linkable so we can quickly go back and forth. And while I'm back here, because we told the add to cart form to use the shirts line item type, again, we don't have any special fields on that line item type, which is found under configuration, line item types, shirts. But if I wanted to, add a field in here, like let's say you offered some embroidery service. No, that's not a really likely use case, but you could have a text field that says, what would you like us to embroider on it, or what's your name, for example. And then treat that just like we did the registration line item type, where these fields here have this box checked to include this field on add to cart forms for line items of this type. That then shows it to the user when they're on that actual page, on that product page. So, for example, if I would have added a field to the shirt line item type, then we would see a text box here just show up under these, much like we do when we go and look at the registration product types for this event. These are text fields driven by these fields we added here to the line item type. So again, still very, very raw right now, but we're just demonstrating the functionality exists, that we've got forms that connect to the convention. And in this video, we basically added a t-shirt that people can buy. Now, it's probably important to say a lot of times with registrations, and I think in other videos we'll kind of maybe dive into those complexities, but it's not uncommon that for this registration right here, even though we want your first name, last name, email, and all this, we might also need your shirt size. Because sometimes with, maybe the early bird registration with this package, it comes with a shirt, it comes with meals, and presently we don't have any fields on this add to cart form that would tell the site administrator, tell you that this user bought a package. A package includes a t-shirt and a meal, and here's the t-shirt and meal that they want. So we haven't done those things yet, but that is a common request or need when it comes to registration events like that. So, but you also want the ability to maybe allow the user to buy a shirt a la carte or separate of any other registration package. So maybe I am buying one of these because I'm going to the event and I like your t-shirt this year, so I'm going to buy 3 extra for my friends. And so this setup allows for that to occur because we can add this product into the cart and then add 3 separate shirts into the cart. Even though this product may eventually ask what size shirt do you wear, that's just part of the registration information that he's giving anyway. This is actually purchasing a shirt separate of the registration. So I think doing it this way gives you the flexibility to have those kinds of scenarios, which in my mind in fact exist in real life at such events. So that will conclude this video. On the next one, we'll kind of dive into creating a meal product for this application for our 2018 annual conference here, and kind of look at some of the ways to do meals, because typically meals, you're trying to select between 2 things. What day is the meal on, because usually conventions or registration events like this can be longer than one day. So it's not only what day are you wanting to eat, but on that day, which meal do you wish to eat, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, provided we're providing all of those through the event. And then not only what day is it on, what meal time do you want to eat at, but maybe we've got different meal options. Maybe we've got chicken, beef, and fish or something like that, and you get to make that selection too. So now all of a sudden, to make a meal product, there's 3 different things that you need to know from the user before they actually buy a meal. What day is this meal going to be on? What meal type is it? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? And then depending on that answer, what type of food are you getting? So we'll kind of look at some of those variations in the next video, but that's I think a good place to leave off now. We've made our t-shirts, and again, the point I'd want to drive home there is in other videos we talked about what produces these drop downs, and those were taxonomy terms that were added as fields to the product type. And I think that's really what I want to leave you with, is that's how that works, is the shirt size, shirt color, and shirt type being all told to enable this field to function as an attribute field on the add to cart forms is why you see these drop downs here, and administratively can use them to create a table of different variations. And that's what gives us the effect we see when we choose large versus extra large, blue versus red. And if you have more drop downs, again, just more boxes get presented to the user to isolate the right product. Another neat thing with this is we can add an image field in here as well. Whoops, where'd it go? Let's go to product types. If we added in an image field in here, then just as the price changes from large to extra large, from $25 to $30, we could have the image change as well. Maybe when we choose blue, we see a blue shirt versus a red shirt, because that image would then be tied to the correct variation in this table here that we create. So it'd be another field of image that you would upload. You'd see a little thumbnail, and we can certainly do stuff like that. So again, if you guys enjoy these videos, please subscribe. Any thoughts, questions, or comments, please reach out. And that will conclude this video. I'll see you on the next one.